Carter and Cataleya. Guess what? It is story time with Wela. Today's story is called Corduroy, and it's by Don Freeman, and he actually wrote the story and he drew the pictures. So that means that he's the author and the illustrator. All right, so let's get started. What do you think the story is about? I bet you it's about this little bear, and I bet his name is Corduroy. All right, so let's get started. Corduroy is a bear who once lived in the toy department of a big store. Day after day, he waited with all the other animals and dolls for somebody to come along and take him home. Look at all those toys in the store. They're just waiting. The store was always filled with shoppers buying all sorts of things, but no one ever seemed to want a small bear in green overalls. See, lots of people buying lots of stuff, and here's Corduroy. He's still waiting for somebody to buy him. Then, one morning, a little girl stopped and looked straight into Corduroy's bright eyes. "Oh, Mommy," she said, "look, there's the very bear I've always wanted." "Not today, dear," her mother sighed. "I've spent too much already. Besides, he doesn't look new. He's lost the button to one of his shoulder straps." "Oh, no, look. Corduroy's overalls are broken. That's why the mommy didn't want to buy him. Oh, man. Poor Corduroy." Corduroy watched them sadly as they walked away. "I didn't know I'd lost a button," he said to himself. "Tonight I'll go see if I can find it." So look, poor Corduroy. He's so sad that he didn't get picked, because he didn't even know that one of his buttons was missing. But he's going to try to fix it, you guys. Late that evening, when all the shoppers had gone and the doors were shut and locked, Corduroy climbed down carefully from his shelf and began searching everywhere on the floor for his lost button. He's leaving all the other toys and he's going all through the store looking for his button. Do you think he'll find it, you guys? Suddenly, he felt the floor moving under him. Quite by accident, he had stepped onto an escalator and up he went. Could this be a mountain? He wondered. I think I've always wanted to climb a mountain. Aw, silly Corduroy. Corduroy thinks that he's on a mountain. Sometimes, if you've never been on an escalator can be scary. He stepped off the escalator as it reached the next floor, and there, before his eyes, was the most amazing sight. Tables and chairs and lamps and sofas and rows of beds. "This must be a palace," Corduroy gasped. "I guess I've always wanted to live in a palace." Oh my goodness. I think Corduroy is forgetting that he's in a store and they're going to have lots of beds and sofas and things. He wandered around, admiring the furniture. "This must be a bed," he said. "I've always wanted to sleep in a bed." And he crawled up onto the large, thick mattress. And all at once, he saw something small and round. "Why, here's my button," he cried. And he tried to pick it up. But like all the other buttons on the mattress, it was tied down tight. Is that the button from Corduroy's overalls? No. He yanked and pulled with both paws until pop! Off came the button, and off the mattress Corduroy toppled. Bang! Onto a tall floor lamp, and over it fell with a crash. Uh-oh, Corduroy is making a big mess in the store. Corduroy didn't know it, but there was someone else awake in the store. The night watchman was going on his rounds on the floor above when he heard the crash and came dashing down the escalator. "Now, who in the world did that?" he exclaimed. "Somebody must be hiding around here. Uh-oh." We know who it is, don't we? It was Corduroy. He flashed his light under and over sofas and beds until he came to the biggest bed of all. And there he saw 2 fuzzy brown ears sticking up from under the cover. Oh, uh-oh. Who is that? That's right. It's Corduroy. Hello, he said. How did you get upstairs? Poor Corduroy. Corduroy looks scared. The watchman tucked Corduroy under his arm and carried him down the escalator and set him on the shelf in the toy department with the other animals and dolls. Look, they're all sleeping, but Corduroy had gone on an adventure. Oh no, but his overalls are still broken. Corduroy was just waking up when the first customers came into the store in the morning. And there, looking at him with a wide, warm smile, was the same little girl he had seen only the day before. I'm Lisa, she said, and you're going to be my very own bear. Last night I counted what I've saved in my piggy bank, and my mother said I can bring you home. Look at that. So even though his overalls are still broken, the little girl came back to get him. Shall I put him in a box for you? Said the saleslady. Oh, no, thank you, Lisa answered, and she carried Corduroy home in her arms. Look at that. She didn't even want to put him in a box or a bag. She ran all the way up 4 flights of stairs into her family's apartment and straight to her own room. She looked so excited. Corduroy blinked. There was a chair and a chest of drawers, and alongside a girl-sized bed stood a little bed that's just the right size for him. The room was small, nothing like that enormous palace in the department store. This must be home, he said. I know I've always wanted a home. Look at that. Look, there's a little bed for Corduroy right next to Lisa's bed. Lisa sat down with Corduroy on her lap and began to sew a button on his overalls. I like you the way you are, she said, but you'll be more comfortable with your shoulder strap fastened. Wasn't that so nice? She fixed his overalls. You must be a friend, said Corduroy. I've always wanted a friend. Me too, said Lisa, and gave him a hug. The end. That is the Corduroy story. Wasn't that awesome? I love you, Carter and Leia, and I miss you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of Storytime with Wela. Mwah! Bye!